Hey guys, so I just wanted to make another video where I publicly put out there what you're gonna get if you choose to come into my reality, choose to be my friend, choose to work with me. I try to be very public about this, and I'm kind of feeling now is another time to talk about this, another good time to talk about this because of what happened this week. Again, just prefacing, I know I make my reality. Everyone's playing roles I ask them to. If I'm bothered by something, I need to go within and figure out what that is that I projected out, heal it, learn from it, all of that stuff. I know what all that is. That being said, within the layer of illusion and amnesia, I was quite hurt and very confused this week. Not to do a bitch fest or anything, just to explain before I get into what you're gonna get when you work with me, which isn't, it's, anyway. So just to explain, I had someone twice come to me. They'd already blocked me once, they have me blocked again, asking to be my friend. And they very much had talked about how, I don't need to worry about what other people think. The only thing that's real is love. Every time they watch my videos, their one main guide, which is one of my main guides, always messes around with something physically to give confirmation, how authentic I am, how much they adore me, all this stuff. And basically, the last conversation we had, things got a little tense. They were in the perception that I was trying to push stuff onto them and make them change their minds. When I did make it very clear, I was trying to explain, when I realized that they were wanting to change the subject after the second time that they had mentioned that, because I didn't notice the first time, I was trying to get to that point. I was just in a space where I was trying to explain that it's not that I'm trying to push this stuff, because I'd shared stuff. I didn't realize that she didn't want to see it. I didn't realize that. I thought I was being helpful at that point. When I realized it wasn't, I was trying to explain. I'm not trying to push anything. First of all, I thought it was an open conversation. I honestly thought, up until that point, I thought we were having an open conversation. And then the thing is I cannot and will not indulge 100% in illusion. And so I'm going to get to that about what you're going to get when you work with me. So I thought that we had come to like a balance, and, it ended off good. I channeled a couple songs to them. I got our one team member to play DJ and hit shuffle and choose a song. I hit shuffle and then tell them, like, choose a song. Sent her to. They found it funny. Thought we ended off on a good note. And then the next morning I wake up and they're doing post after post, passive aggressively going after, like, making posts. And I knew that they were talking about me, and then they blocked me, and all of a sudden I saw that I was then blocked. And then they tried commenting on my YouTube saying that, we're done, and they see me for 100% what this is. And I'm just, again, I know what the truth is and everything, but within illusion, with amnesia, I'm just like, what the fuck just happened? Like, you knew exactly what I am and what you're getting when you come to me. They literally told me that they'd asked their main guide for someone to give them truth and love, and they were guided to me. And then it was like switch, and it was just like, I'm honestly like, I'm thank God I know what the truth behind is, and I'm at where I am with my awakening, because if not, I'd be like, what in the actual fuck just happened? Like, I feel like I just went through, like, honestly, like, I know how this sounds. It's not to be judgmental, just how it feels. It's just how it feels. It's not to be judgmental. I feel like I just went through a psychotic whirlwind. But again, though, that's what we've all got within ourselves, is this psychotic whirlwind that we project out, and it comes in so many different forms, and we don't realize that's what we've done. And I do recognize what that is. So that being said, excuse me. So that being said, ding, excuse me. So that being said, sorry, hang on a second. So that being said, if you choose, the thing is, I'm working on not pushing myself into people's spaces. So when it comes to, when I see sometimes when I see a post online and it's indulging to a certain extent an illusion very strongly, or up to a certain extent, that's when I still find myself making comments, and I'm like, I need to like harness this in, you know. But I'm not about to walk up to somebody on the street and just be like, this is what reality actually is, you know. So if you're going to work with me, if you choose to be in my reality, if you choose to be in my space, if you choose to work with me, if you choose to be my friend, you're always going to get truth incorporated in our conversations. I cannot and will not 100% indulge in the illusion, even when I'm in my deepest waves, even if I don't out loud say it because my ego like won't let me. Within myself, I can feel and I know what the truth is, and I will never let that go because I know what that does. I've been down every rabbit hole, and I stopped getting attacked by energy when I started accepting that energy only places we allow it to. We make our reality. We do as such the process of thought. The only thing that's real and true is love. I will not indulge in that other stuff again, and I make it very fucking clear. Very fucking clear. I will not, and it's for good reason. And this is why I get passionate over this stuff, and I'm working on balancing this out. And again, I was explaining this again to this person, and they from what they told me, it seemed like they've watched enough of my stuff and followed me enough that they knew this. They knew this. So if you're going to work with me, I will never sit there and say, yes, you're weak, yes, you're a victim, and no, you didn't ask for this, and you're absolutely being controlled, and you didn't sign up for any of this, and your free will's being... I will never sit there and say that. Never. What I will do is say, dude, I fucking get it. It fucking sucks. Especially when I'm feeling it with you. I'm fucking feeling it, man. I fucking get it. The illusion feels real. And within the illusion, it fucking sucks. And within illusion, it fucking hurts. I fucking get it, man. I struggle too. And do I resist saying, fuck, I didn't fucking make all this and like, fuck that shit? I absolutely have those moments. 1000%. I'm right there with you. But I also know that's not you speaking right now. This is your ego and your judgment, and who and what you truly are absolutely does want this. You do sign up for this, and you do have the free will. This is your movie, and you have every power in yourself to change it. You're God and you're limitless. I might not go that deep. I will at least say I do recognize that's not you and your ego. And this is where I basically went to. At the very basic, which is where I not all the time. I won't usually always get into that deep, but you know, I'll at the very least be like, I recognize it's not you. It's your ego and judgment. But dude, I fucking get it. It sucks. And that's basically where I was at that night. I know you who and what you truly are. Blah blah blah. And then I started going into, you know, I can't indulge in it because it started getting a little tense, but it balanced out. But again, so not to get into all that again, but that is what you're going to get if you talk with me, and we're going to be starting to indulge in illusion. There's always going to be truth incorporated. I cannot and will not do it any other way. It's crucial. I'm still learning to control my mind and balance my emotions. Will I balance out to a point where I can have anyone talk with me about, and that's just it. I do. Family member called me. I called a family member at Christmas to thank them for a card, and they were going on and on and on, bitching about something that's been going on in the world for the past few years and how people may or may not be handling it. And I just sat there and I didn't say anything. I let them say their thing, and then we just moved on from the conversation and said goodbye and went on with our day, and it was great. I didn't say anything about any of this stuff. But if you're coming to me and you know what my awareness level is at, and you know and that's just it. If you know where my awareness level's at, and you know what my boundaries are, then this is what it is. Take me or leave me. If you don't want to work with me, that's fine. And you don't have to believe me. That's fine. But again, don't push your illusions onto me. And one of my other boundaries that I do have up right now, and now is this something I need to work on? Absolutely, I recognize that. I do recognize that I need to work on this. Hearing, your opinions and beliefs. The thing is opinions are, I like this and I don't like that. We're waking up and remembering we're coming out of opinions and we're coming into truth. What I speak, what I channel and speak of is truth, and I differentiate truth versus my illusions. Do I know everything? Absolutely not. But is there basic universal truths that I do know, and I'm not the only one? Absolutely. What are those? Energy only places we allow it to. There are no negative, evil, bad energies. There's only one frequency, and that's love. Within illusion, within chaos, there's other frequencies. But in truth, there's not. And we don't have to play with those other frequencies. Those, we can melt those away. It's only illusion. It's not real, not happening. We only think it is. All loved ones playing roles for us. We all share the same consciousness. We're all one. We are one. There is no other. Everything is God. We only limit ourselves. We're merging the best of the illusions physical with all of home now. Those are truths. These are universal truths that are happening. That just are. You don't have to believe. But my boundary, and I've said this publicly, and in my posts publicly, I've said my boundaries. I don't want to hear, quote unquote, your opinions and beliefs. I would rather hear, I want to agree to disagree. And when we're ready to have a more open conversation or whatever, then we can. Until then, let's just move on. And then if I get into a space where I'm a little rambly after you said move on, just give me a moment, because I function differently. I always have. And I have a hard time communicating. And it's getting more difficult to communicate verbally because telepathy is coming on. Will I balance out with all that stuff as well? Yes. But I'm a bit of an odd duck. Not a bit. I am. I'm an odd duck, and I speak weird and differently, and I'm awkward, and I always have been. So it takes me a little bit sometimes to get to my point. And I can sound like I'm trying to push, but I'm not. It's because I'm awkward at communicating. It's just have patience with me, please. And I'm very aware. I'm very aware, and I'm going to get better, and I'm balancing out. So, again, I just wanted to throw this out there because I want to be as clear as possible what you're going to get when you work with me. You're never going to have, if you want someone to sit there and agree with you with your illusions completely, then I'm not going to be the right person for you to work with or be friends with, because I will never sit here and say, yes, you're weak. Yes, you're a victim. No, you don't have control over this. All that. I'll never do that. I'll never do that. I'll always remind you who and what you truly are. You are your higher self. You know everything that you were about to go through. You signed up for all of it. And I need these reminders to remember. These are reminders for myself as well. You know, you signed up from who your parents are going to be to how you look to every interaction that you have with somebody. You already knew everything. It's all happening simultaneously at once, and all of it's been played out, yet none of it actually happened. And the only thing real and true within it is love. You are literally God, and you are literally limitless. You're not weak, and you're not a victim. You're fucking powerful. It's quite interesting how people get mad. They so strongly, and I do too, I'm the same way. We so strongly want to hold on to our victim stories and victim mentality. And then the moment someone is telling you, no, that's not true. You're powerful. You're so powerful that you made this and you just forgot, and it's okay. You didn't do anything wrong. You're just dreaming, and it's okay to become lucid and take control of your dream. But then I'm being told that I'm not even going to put the labels out there that I was being labeled. My intention is never to push and change your minds and, you know, tell you that you're wrong. That's not my intention. Do I become passionate because I want you guys to believe me, because I so desperately don't want you guys going through this and I know how real this is? Absolutely. And am I working on it? Absolutely. I'm very, 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 very aware. Very aware of a lot of what all this is, and very self-aware about how I am, how I function, what my shit is. And I ask for those reminders and whatnot. I want them. I want these reminders. I need them. The lessons, all of it. because I want out of illusion now, and the only way that I can do that is by facing my shit. This is why the things that are happening to me are happening. Ding. I'm getting the blast up that I am. My team is coming online stronger because of the work I'm putting in on myself. I get the experiences that I do because of the work I'm putting in on myself. It's happening more and more. Oh my, it's so cool. It's just so cool what's happening. I mean, I'm basically not, I'm getting to a point where I'm more and more not needing to do anything, and it's just taken care of. It's just taken care of. Like I said, I was not in a good space this week, and 2 days ago, I wasn't planning on eating that day because my place, it's getting together again. But my place is in a space where I'm like, I don't want to do dishes. I don't have it in me to do dishes. I don't have it in me to cook. I'm just going to lay here and sleep all day because I can't bring myself to do any of it. And then I'm getting tickled. But then what happened was my mom ended up messaging me offering to take me out to the dollar store afterwards, which was so random. I didn't tell her that week I needed to go. I didn't say anything about wanting to go out. I hadn't talked to her, nothing. She randomly messaged me just saying, if you're ready by this point, like, I can take you out tonight to the dollar store. And I was like, that's amazing. I get in the car, and I'd been craving a certain type of food from a certain restaurant. And I get in the car and we start driving, and my mom tells me, she's like, when we're done at the dollar store, I'd like to get this food at this restaurant. And I just started laughing, and I was like, and I thanked my mom, and inside I thanked Erik. I was like, thank you. I was taken care of. I wasn't planning on eating that day. And it's funny because, like I said, I'd been craving food from the certain restaurant for a little while now. Well, it had been really peaked. I'd literally been talking about it the day before. So for a while I'd been wanting it, but I'd been talking about it the day before. And I get in the car, and my mom was like, I'd like to get us this food for dinner. And so not only did I get what I'd been craving and wanting for several days, and I just talked about the day before, not only did I get that, but then I was taken care of. I was given food. I wasn't it's going to make me cry. I wasn't planning on eating that day. I was just going to make myself sleep. Just sleep and sleep and sleep. And I'm like, if I sleep, then at least I can't feel hunger. And I'm like, and then I'm like, we don't actually need food and water to sustain ourselves, but we're still clinging to that. It's going to go away, but I know we're still I can see how it's starting to change for me. I can see how that's starting to switch. But I still cling to it. And I was feeling hunger that day, and I was like, but I couldn't bring myself to make food or do dishes or anything. And I was like, I'm just going to sleep it away. But then look what happened. I was taken care of. I didn't even need to try. I was taken care of. And that's happening more and more and more. And it's because of how aware I am. Because of how aware I am, how much work I'm putting in on myself. Do I still have more work to do? Absolutely. Do I still resist a lot of this stuff? Absolutely. Hang on. So I know I absolutely still have more work to do. And I'm going to do it. I do recognize, I definitely have more work to do. I can feel it. I just got frustrated this morning. I woke up and I couldn't find my phone. And I started to freak out a little bit because I was just like, I was coming out of sleep and I'm like, my phone should be right here. Where is it? And I'm like moving all my stuff everywhere, and I ended up finding it. It was just underneath something. But that right there is point proof. I still have stuff to work on, because that shouldn't even bother me. I should just be like, okay, don't know where my phone is. I'll find it when I find it, but I'm getting there. Especially after what I experienced yesterday with my going into the void and back again. That there is this something, I can still feel it mentally and emotionally. There's this switch in me. I'm in this space of neutrality that I haven't been in before. And I almost have to force myself to think about stuff that I'm stressing about. And I'm just like, no, it's too much work to even do that. Just stay in the now. And I wasn't in that space right before that. And I'll link the video that I'm talking about in here. It's the one that I made yesterday. So yeah. So anyway, so that being said, I am aware. I know I've got work to do. And so if you decide to work with me, if you choose to be my friend, if you choose to be in my reality, this is what you're going to get. And I do just ask for patience, please. I'm working on my stuff. We all have our shit. And this is why, again, I try very hard to be public about the fact I struggle too. And will I get passionate? And will I have my moments where I I can get highly emotional and be like, I can't do this, and this needs to, like, I need to end this conversation, just like I've had people say with me and do with me. Absolutely. We're all doing it. We all have our moments. We all do. And you guys can see on here how emotional I can get and how passionate I can get. I'm working on it though. And again, it's because it's for good reason. It is for good reason. I've been down it and I'm on the other side, and I will not go backward. So I get passionate, and then because I care about you guys. So I get passionate. And then I do have my boundaries, and when those boundaries start to be crossed, when you choose to come into my life and choose to be my friend, and then you get upset with me because I'm utilizing my boundaries. But again, though, if I'm bothered by something I got to work on, and I do recognize that. So anyway, I just wanted to throw that out there because I just, again, trying to make it as public as possible. With me, this is what you're going to get. Take me or leave me. You know, so, and again, I got stuff to work on. If I'm bothered by something, it's my shit, and I recognize that. So, all right. Thank you guys for listening, watching all this. If you did, I appreciate it. I just want to make it clear. This is me. This is what you're going to get. So, thank you for listening. I love you all very much. I appreciate you all very much. Everyone, from those that, you know, we've had to block each other, to those that we don't really know each other, we're only slightly acquainted, to those that I talk to every day. Thank you. I love you. I appreciate the role you're playing. Because this is, as much as I have my resistance to it, and when I'm not in a good head and heart space, I'm like, I hate this. When I'm in a good head and heart space, I can say, this is a really fucking cool video game. And thank you for playing it with me. All right, I love you all very much and always. And as always, have a wonderful now. Bye.